Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Powerful Man Show. I am your host, Doug Holt, with my co-host, Tim, the Powerful Man Matthews. What's happening, brother?
Do you know what? I got into a conversation the other day, a call the other day with somebody that applied for the program, and he said, "Oh my God, it's you." I'm like, what do you mean?
I
said, you sound just like you're doing the podcast. I'm like, okay. Said, Tim, the Powerful Man Matthews. I'm like, oh, you know exactly what to do to get to my heart. You know what buttons to press. Man, you're in. You're in. Move the rope down, come into the club, you're in. It was great fun.
Well, what some people may not realize, you and I are like brothers, right? So we rib each other at every token. Like even when we're doing these podcasts, I'm sending you across chats and things like you're wearing your hat backwards right now and just giving you loads of crap. And it goes both ways, of course. So all the coaches and the guys in the program do the same. So it's a lot of fun. And I would say almost every episode I've got to, I come across with another name that I'm going to use besides the Powerful Man Matthews. But I love you, brother, man. You're an amazing guy. And so it's well-deserved.
Oh, thank you.
So, Tim, we get a lot of questions coming in and about basically just you and I and the movement. So I thought for this episode, what we can do is just kind of do a catch-up. Give the guys some insights into our lives, what you and I are up to and what the rest of the team is up to and the movement's up to, and give them an update. So let's do a Tim Matthews update here on what's going on for you. What are you studying? What are you doing? How are things going for you?
You said catch-up. I thought you said ketchup. In the UK, we have something called ketchup. I'm like, we'll do a ketchup? What's that? What you do? You guys want to buy in the US?
Yeah, I love the fact you're like, yeah, it sounds great.
Let's do a ketchup.
Always willing. All right. That's what makes you the Powerful Man, Matthews.
Yeah. Do you know what? Life's good. I don't want to. Do you know what I do? I'm gonna sit here and say how great life is. Part of me was gonna be like, I don't want to do that because I don't want to, maybe sound braggadocious, as you would say. But one thing I've learned is that when things are going well, it's important to acknowledge it and celebrate it and not dim the light, right? And who knows, maybe it can inspire some of the guys. But yeah, I'm really seeing the fruits of a lot of things that I have been working on and planting. The relationship with Amelia is going really well. As you know, it's been a big focus of mine this year to just be able to go deeper in our level of connection and understand even more the role that I get to play as a man in her life, to lead and so on. Last night we had some great sex. I've been flirting a lot today and ready to go again. So yeah, it's great. Just feels great, doesn't it, when you can just see that connection in the eyes and there's laughter and it's just playfulness and I have the pleasure to obviously work from home. She's out in the garden right now. I can just see her out there sunbathing. She's been doing it all day, in and out of the sun. So it's great just to be able to go down in between meetings, change my state, play with her, and yeah. By no means does this mean that I am not getting tested. I had a big shit test yesterday that I passed. I didn't even realize it was a test at the time. Basically, what happened was on Wednesday evening, so 2 nights ago, she asked me if I wanted to go for a walk with her the following day, so yesterday. And earlier in the day, I'd said, well, just see if you can move this thing around with your friend and go at this time. And if you can, then, I'll come. And she'd not heard anything back from a friend by Wednesday night. So she said, are you coming? So I said, no, I've got some things to do. You can just, you go. She said, oh, well, she's not replied, so I might have to go. Yes. I hope her friend doesn't listen to this show. I don't think she does. So then when the morning came, a friend had replied and she had to go for this walk and leave earlier, which meant that she had to miss out on something she really enjoys doing in the morning. So I'm finishing up my breath session. She comes in, doesn't knock. Usually she'll knock to see if I'm like meditating or whatever. Doesn't knock, comes in. And she goes, oh, well, this is great. Like, what are you talking about? Well, you asked me to bring it earlier, so I've done that. and now you get out of it. You don't have to go, but I have to go, and now I missed out on going out in the garden sunbathing. And I'm like, well, I'll put it out there. She didn't reply. I understand your frustration. I really do. It wasn't my intention. But yeah, enjoy it. And she storms off in a bit of a mood, just keeps huffing and puffing. I'm just kind of watching her, leaving her to it, not getting sucked in. And about an hour later, I'm walking past the bathroom. She comes out of the shower. She goes, I'm sorry. I feel like I overreacted before. And I just embraced her at that point. But I'm so glad that, I think before, maybe, I don't even know when, but a while ago, I would have probably wanted to soothe her in that situation, right? And maybe tried to look at ways to rearrange my morning or my day so I could appease her and go for a walk with her. But I just wasn't going to do it. I was like, no, well, I did my bit. No harm, no foul. If you want to be in a mood, you be in a mood. So, yeah, it was great.
Awesome.
And then, as you know, aside from that, breath work has been a huge one for me, and yoga. Oh my God, I got so annoyed. This week I've been so pissed off with yoga. Oh God, I've not been wanting to do it at all. And I laid down there at the end of the session today. I was talking to Amelia, and I've progressed. I'm now doing handstands. From I can't describe the position that we're in, but it's a great progression for me. It's something I wanted to do a month ago or so. I was just sat there and I was just thinking about the process of yoga, and it's such minute improvements that are so difficult to track. And you know how I like numbers and data. And I just sometimes just can't see the improvement, right? I'm just like, what's the point? Like, why am I doing this? And I thought, what? That's exactly why you're doing this. And that's exactly why you need to do this, because it's going to be an exercise of discipline for you, of taking something slow and seeing the progress mature over time. And the instructor that teaches us, Doug, gets into these awesome positions. And he's like, yeah, and I'm still super tired. I've been doing this position for 4 years. I'm thinking, 4 years? And he's been doing it every day for 4 years. I'm like 3 times a week. So in theory, it's going to take me twice as long. I'm just like, what? But yeah, it's going well. It's a great practice. And it's interesting how everything's coming together, right? We always know that everything's touching, don't we, right? And I'm really proud of the culture that we're building in the Powerful Man. The culture within the enrollment team. We were having a conversation yesterday. And the guys have been receiving messages from men that have applied for the program that aren't a good fit. And with all due, they've got the freedom if they want in the enrollment team to not then talk to those guys, right? They don't have to then invest the time because it's just pointless from a sales perspective, quote unquote. But that's not how we operate, right? These are men's lives. So what the guys have been doing is still choosing to just have a little bit of a conversation, either via email or text or whatever, and just give them a little insight or send them a training or do something just to give and help and be of service rather than always trying to take and to get, right? And one of the guys sent a message last night. I'll read it out. One of the guys at the Franco on the enrollment team we've been speaking with, he sent him a message last night. He sent Franco a message. And he said, I've gone past it. He said, it's in my private, kind of breaking the thing here, aren't I?
We're used to it here.
Worth it. It's worth it. He said, this is it. Hey, Franco, I've really been working on my mindset since our last call. So he applied for the program. Franco had a call with him. He wasn't in the right place to move forward, but Franco still served him in the moment. I realized I can operate from faith or fear. I choose faith. I'm coming from service in everything I do. I have faith that my job and my relationship will work out undoubtedly. It's more conviction. And I also have set up gratitude and letting everyone know how grateful I am to have them in my life. Today, my wife FaceTimed me. She's moved out, by the way. Today, my wife FaceTimed me. Changes are happening. We went through our old Valentine's Day cards 20 years ago. We were 19. The notes I wrote her have so much love in there. I realize I used to have that. I realize I actually have the ability to have that much happiness. I am filled with so much hope right now, and I'm grateful. There's a chance I can get back to that. Franco, thank you for reaching out to me. I'm grateful people like you exist out there and help people. I mean, how amazing is that?
Well, I think it's also cool is, we get tons of men that apply to work with us. Not only work with us but work with us as staff for the movement, the team that we're on. We call it a movement, not a business, because it is. And, we pick guys like Franco because they do that, right? Franco's doesn't get paid to help this guy. Franco's doing it out of the kindness of his heart. And that's the difference, I think, from the Powerful Man Movement through a lot of the other men's programs that are out there. And I know a lot of the guys that lead those, and they're in it for money. Not that we don't want to make money. Everybody does. But the intent that's there, not all of them, but guys like Franco and Ryan, who are out there on the front lines serving men around the world, helping them lead their best life regardless, right? There's no stipulations. Our program is geared towards married businessmen or businessmen who have been married, etc. But it's for businessmen because that's what we are and that's what we know. But these guys step up time and time again, like you just said, and help out everyone. And it's remarkable.
It is. It is. Franco sent me a message after that last night. Just said, "Wow, I'm filled with so much gratitude and joy. I love what I do. It's awesome. It feels great." I didn't make a sale. He's in the enrollment team. He didn't enroll anybody. He's just helping people. Just spreading around. Coming from an inspired place. We talk a lot about having inspired action, right? What trips up a lot of guys is the fact that they think that someday it's going to end. The job will be complete. It's never going to end. And, they come from this place of hustle and force and fear, like we talk about with the 5 agonies of no man's land, thinking that when they complete it, then they can rest and stop. The job will be done. But we know that's not true, right? So when you're able to make the shift and come from inspired action, you do things that feel good. And it's not about the numbers that you finish on at the end of the day or the end of the week or the month or the year or the quarter, because guess what? You're just going to keep going anyway. And when you're in that place, you're way more productive, you're way happier, you're way more effective. And I just love pouring into these guys. I'm really proud of the culture that we're building, not just within the enrollment team, but within the coaching staff, within the backroom staff. Everybody. It's great. It's only going to get better as more people join the organization and we're able to, we are because we can't travel right now, but they're able to do the team retreats and things like that. I'm really excited. Really excited.
I am as well. And the new programs that we have coming out launching as well as the retreats. I hate to say this, but, almost like COVID made us, I wouldn't say made us, but it allowed us the opportunity to look at things a little differently and get some strategic planning. And, I was talking to Arthur about this and just the things that we have as far as retreats coming up for the men and looking at it from so many multifaceted angles, right? So many different things that we're not just applying it to relationships, not just business, but how does this help you as a man at the core? And what are the different layers we get to pull back to allow these guys not only to see their potential, but to reach it, and applicable ways of doing it. So it's not just theory, they get to experience. Because as you know, Tim, it's one thing to know what to do. It's one thing to know something. It's a different thing to experience it. Because once you experience it, embody it, you can't go back, right? You can drift, but you can't go back to the old ways because you can't unsee it. Once you've seen who you really are and the power that's really within you as a man, that changes everything.
Totally. It would be tempting to go back, right? Because, it's so ingrained in some men just to hustle and be in that fight or flight mode. But yeah, you can't unsee what you've seen. So it's for the guys that go through the program, obviously, it's even more painful if they even go back, even for a day or a week, because they know what's on the other side. Prior to that, it's a theory. Oh, well, what might be possible? What might be there? Then once they live it and experience it, it becomes embedded within them, right? I'm super proud of the guys in the program as well, all of them, throughout the brotherhood, in the different activation method groups. They're doing incredibly well, and some of them are taking some big hits. It's not all plain sailing. Some of them, have left it a little bit too late in the marriage, and they're taking some big hits there. And they're dealing with them really well. And when I say big hits, wives telling them what to separate, things like that, but how they're choosing to move forward, continue to move forward within themselves, regardless of that. Even wives that have said they want to separate, and now coming back around. And, can you just put this necklace on for me? Can you just do that? Little signs, right? So it's incredible. Then you got the guys in the brotherhood too, who, don't need to mention names, but, dropping, losing body weight, body fat, having PBs on running, record months in sales in April, despite it being COVID, record month ever. And he's not in any business that would benefit from COVID. It's awesome. It really is. Life's a gift. It's incredible. What about you anyway? What are you working on personally? You've got 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm used to this with you, man. Enough about me. What do you think about me, Tim Matthews? Things are good here too, man. As you know, I've got a 3-month-old here and a 3-year-old. So things are always busy at my house. I'm working on getting rid of my dad bod, let my body go more than I care to admit. Although I saw it happening, you got to hear me whine about it. I'm not perfect in any way, shape, or form, but I'm doing, I'll talk about health. I had all my blood work done. I had extensive labs done. I had stool samples, the whole thing done. And I got my results yesterday. So this is literally when I'm in the worst shape of my life, which is probably a couple months ago. So I'm expecting these results to be horrible. I'm expecting cholesterol to be high, triglycerides, blood sugar, all of that. And since that time, though, I've really honed in my diet and I've honed in the workout. So I was curious to see what the doctor said. Long story, a little bit shorter. Guys, by the way, I recommend you guys all do this because it's great to get, and that's a complete profile that most doctors don't do. But anyway, I was off the charts good, man. I was at my worst state. The woman, she was just like, this is amazing. Like, your stats are amazing. And so I was like, well, I want to get tested again because if I'm doing that well, eating pizza and drinking beer, I want to see what it's like right now because I've been eating clean and working out. So I'm doing a 5x5 program with weights, which I love lifting heavy, running 4 times a week in the morning, listen to an audiobook usually. There's Tim, I live right in the mountains, as you know, in Bend, Oregon, right by a river. And so it takes me less than about 3-minute walk. So a 3-minute walk to be at the river. There's nobody out when I go in the morning. It's sunny. It's beautiful. And it's
you go dipping?
No, I don't go dipping in that river. No, I have, as you know, I have my own cold plunge in my house. So I've been doing that, which has been awesome. Set that to 39 degrees. So I do that after a heavy workout or something along those lines. Reading a lot. I'm studying real estate investing right now. It's weird things I do. You know me, I'm always studying something. So I'm studying real estate investing. And then, just life is good, man. My marriage is good. Kids are good. Health is great, but I want it to be better as always as we look at those things. But yeah, I still got the dad bod. So I'm sure a couple guys out there can relate to it. And I'm smart enough to know that the dad bod is never in, despite what the media may tell you. I just use this. I use the kids as an excuse, right? I just like, cool. My wife's eating everything. I'm just going to enjoy the pizza and beer with her. And Bend, Oregon, a beer town. There's like, 40 really breweries here, in a town of 80,000.
They're not all closed right now.
They are. But the grocery stores still sell it, It's so funny. I get text messages all the time from guys in town that are like, "Hey, let's grab a beer at my driveway, or let's go to the park, or stay 6 feet away from each other and let's drink some beer and talk." Just everything in business here in Bend is around beer. And when I was living in Santa Barbara, California, everything in business there is around wine, right? It seemed like every business function was around wine. So it's really a juxtaposition to see that. And I'm not drinking, so I haven't been drinking for a while. So that's also interesting to, when you go back to those business things, it's fun to hang out with a couple guys who've had 3-4 beers. They start telling you a lot of things that maybe they shouldn't all the time, depending. But so yeah, man, things are good. I'm loving what we're doing with the movement. I'm loving what's going on. And wanting to add yoga like you are into my routines. So that's something my wife and I have done a few times together. I used to do yoga, as I think you know. So I'm getting that back into favor, and really working with the guys. I'm loving the energy in the brotherhood. The guys in the brotherhood are just rocking it. And, everybody trips and falls. We all do, as you practice your golf swing in your room.
Putting.
Your putting swing, exactly.
I do this every spring as I'm going to go play golf all summer, and I never do.
Yeah.
But I always end.
Bend.
Wish I would. Huh?
We got some world-class courses out here. We'll get you on.
No, I'm really considering leaving the UK.
I know you are. We've talked about it. You and I are both. I just talked to my wife. We're looking at buying another place, and I asked her, kind of where you want to be now, and she wants to stay here. But I'm personally looking in Canada, here, all over the Pacific Northwest in the U.S.
Yeah, we'll join you in Canada. Amelia's going on about Canada. Oh,
I know. I talked to my wife about it last night. Canada wasn't the top on her list last night, but we love it. We travel extensively through Canada, and we absolutely love it going through there. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for listening. We wanted to just give you a wrap-up of what's going on. Tim, I wanted to catch up with you as well. And gentlemen, we want to hear about what's going on with you. Join us in the conversation that we have on the free Facebook group. We want to know what's happening with you. Guys, this is a community. This is a movement of men like you. We also invite you to bring a brother along. Lift a hand like Franco, like Ryan are doing within the Enrollment Team. We're all here together, guys. This doesn't have to be a competitive, man-eat-man type environment. All right, gentlemen, that's it from us and another episode of The Powerful Man Show. See you next time.